Embark on a summer adventure like no other as we dive into the world of wanderlust and kokanee fishing, a tale of exploration, discovery, and the freedom of the open road, but with twists we didn't anticipate, may or may not derail our entire adventure. We spent the last 3 summers during COVID at Flaming Gorge in southwest Wyoming near the Utah border. There we discovered kokanee fishing, a landlocked sockeye salmon. It became our favorite, and suddenly I was much more interested in fishing. We're still chasing cokes, as we call them. After 3 years, though, at the gorge, we wanted to resume traveling, so we planned a trip to Washington and Idaho. It was an awesome summer, but we didn't catch much kokanee, which spurred my interest for other good spots in Oregon. I picked this place, Crescent Junction RV Park in the Cascades, about an hour south of Bend, because it was only a couple of miles from 2 well-known kokanee lakes, Odell and Crescent, with many other lakes nearby. The 5,000-foot elevation promised cool mornings and afternoons in the 80s, pretty close to perfect for our taste. We'll be here until mid-September and may consider a return next summer, but there's a big problem. We are under a level 1 evacuation order due to the Red Fire, which is burning in the wilderness about 5 miles west of us. The fire started on July 17th. It was caused by lightning. The fire has a very low priority because there are no structures threatened by the fire, and resources are spread so very thin this summer. 38 fires are burning right now in Oregon, as well as countless others in other parts of the western U.S. and Canada. Evacuation orders are: 1, be ready to leave. Number 2, get set, pack your bags. And number 3 means you must leave. We packed everything sitting around outside our coach a few days ago. Sadly, it's a fact of life traveling in the West these days that you'll have smoke and you may have fire. I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll take a drive through the campground. So this is the access road to Crescent Lake. Our park is right here on the left. Our rig is right here on the left. But you'll see the road ahead of us is closed. The name is officially Hoodoo's Crescent Junction RV Park. It's been busy over the last month, but it's quite deserted now. It usually fills for the weekend, and most people we've talked to have been coming at the same time each summer for many years. There are 25 spaces, all with full hookups. We pay $590 a month, which is a bargain by anybody's standards. And there's a link in the description for more details. As we round the corner, there is, you see, pretty much everybody that's here has a boat. Over to the left is building with showers and laundry. And then the managers are actually right across the street from us. The same owners operate a beautiful resort at Crescent Lake, which is 2 miles up the closed road from us. There's a lodge, restaurant, and store, and about 20 cabins. That puts them 2 miles closer to the Red Fire, though. So I understand that they were evacuated on Wednesday. So the lodge and the RV park, as well as all those homes that surround that lake, Crescent Lake is smaller than Odell. Now, there are two beautiful resorts right on Odell Lake, one of which we will visit in this video, but unfortunately, neither of them offer full hookups. So now we're on Highway 58, which goes to Oak Ridge and Eugene. Our destination is Shelter Cove, one of the two resorts I mentioned on neighboring Odell Lake. Shelter Cove is located on the west end of the lake. This is the Deschutes National Forest, but it's normally just a gorgeous ride, but under these conditions, you'll have to use your imagination. And we'll speed up this portion. So you can hear the signal blinking, and here we are at the access road to Shelter Cove.
So it's about 2 miles to the lake from here. It's situated in a spruce and fir forest, so it's very wooded on this end of the lake. And as a result of me coming and driving on this lake, I've seen some wildlife that has been good to see. First, I saw an owl, and it was sitting in the road, but when I was coming early in the morning, I didn't get a chance to identify it, but it was a fairly big owl, so probably a great northern. And then, more importantly, I saw a pine marten. Now, pine marten is the largest member of the weasel family. They're extremely rare in the lower 48. So that was quite a surprise. I've only seen 3 in my entire life. So the road travels along this side hill, working our way down to the lake level. And so when I'm on the lake, then there is quite a bit of eagle activity and osprey. The two are so related that I've never really seen a eagle dive down and take a fish. They just take it away from the osprey. So it's kind of entertaining and a good aerial show of agility and dexterity, how those eagles take the fish away from the osprey. I've seen a few deer, but really not a lot to be too concerned about driving at night and having them jump out and have a collision. Anyway, this is we work our way. It's about, like I say, 2 miles down to the lake level. There is a Forest Service campground, so it's very near Shelter Cove Resort, and it's called Trapper. And a creek called Trapper Creek flows through that, and that is a kokanee spawning creek later in the fall. So it's kind of interesting that this side is so heavily wooded. I like it because it gives that feeling of isolation, that you're the only person alive in the world. We're down on the lake level now, and we'll be traveling into Shelter Cove here shortly.
And you were going to mention about the hikers.
Oh, the hikers. This is Shelter Cove is a hub for the Pacific Crest Trail. Now, the Pacific Crest Trail is about 2,600 miles long, and it travels from the Mexican border to the Canadian border along the Pacific Crest Mountains, Sierra Nevada, and Cascades. We've had a few more hikers than usual because the fire has disrupted everything, and these people, they don't have great internet out there, and all of a sudden they discover that the trails is closed in the vicinity of the fire. One person I talked to, a hiker I talked to, said that he had 3 miles of closed trail, but he had to go around it by 60 miles. So kind of interesting that we have the hikers coming in here, and to see them kind of navigating that 60-mile roundabout and back to the trail where they can travel it freely without the fires. So
and here we are at Trapper Creek Campground that you talked about. Then we just crossed this little bridge, and welcome to Shelter Cove.
So it's kind of a nice little area. It's clean and seems to be well staffed, and we like it because of our ability to moor our boat, which saves us from traveling in and out, hooking up and all that kind of stuff. So right up here is the turn into the main resort area.
There is a store, restaurant, and lodging in addition to the RV spots with electric and shared water only. You can pay extra to have a honey wagon come to your site and empty your water storage tanks, but that option doesn't really appeal to us compared to full hookups, and you'd still have to take turns filling your fresh water tank. So as we come down to the water, this is normally such a gorgeous view, a breathtaking view, really. And today it is too, but in quite a different context. This is where we moor our boat. It's about 10 miles from our camp, but it's so convenient to have the boat in the water, as DA said, whenever we want to use it, rather than all of the things that would go with that. We didn't think to arrange this before our arrival, so we're so grateful they've been able to accommodate us. We're working on those videos about cokes, by the way, the catching, cooking, cleaning, the whole thing, and that'll be posted soon. As we call this one a wrap, we have such mixed emotions about finding our seemingly perfect summer home base and then having it threatened by fire. Tomorrow we leave for a couple of days at the coast. We're not taking the RVs, so we hope we don't get called to move it. Fortunately, we have friends nearby who have offered us a place to park in case that happens. We're receiving texts and alerts through Central Oregon Fire, as well as Klamath County Emergency Services will let you know. As always, we appreciate your interest, and we'll be looking for you down the road.